Alright, good afternoon. This is Jupiter Exile. Thank you for wandering with me. We're back again today with Dark Souls Soul Level 1. We would normally be running Dead by Daylight today, but I'm on Wi-Fi, so I need to play something offline so that I'm only using the bandwidth for the streaming purposes. It appears as though that's excuse me. It appears as though that's been working prior to now, so hopefully it'll keep up and give us a good time today. So we're in Anor Londo, the darkness of Anor Londo, going after Dark Sun Gwendolyn. After this, we'll likely be heading back to Izalith once we can take down this boss. So it's still my understanding that Gwendolyn is at the base of this structure here, though I have had some difficulty with locating them. I believe there's supposed to be, like, around here somewhere, there's supposed to be like a statue normally that we can kind of make our way through. But I may have it wrong. Is it actually back in this building? Oh, I've ticked somebody off. Just take a seat, sir. So, let me see. Oh, there's something down there. That's probably what we're after. How do we get down that low? Can I twist this further? Ah, we can go deeper. Okay, here we are. And through here, danger zone, apparently. This is normally the crypt where you would be able to join the Darkmoon Covenant. But we are here today for a darker purpose. The Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. It's one of those cases where you've got lore coming in through things. Boosts miracles. Lord Gwyn's firstborn, who inherited the sunlight, once wore this ancient ring. Firstborn was a god of war, but his foolishness led to a loss of the annals and a rescinding of his deific status. Today, even his name is not known. It is suggested that Gwyn's firstborn is the nameless king that we fight in Dark Souls 3. As like a bonus extra boss in a secret area.
Heretic. First thou offendeth the Godmother, and now thou see fit to trample upon the tomb of the great Lord.
Oh, I trample on tombs. It's like a thing that I do. You better get used to it.
I am the dark sun, Gwendolyn. Let the atonement for thy felonies commence.
This dude is gonna blast us with magic as we try to run down this long hallway. That's kind of the way of it. So I'm going to try and get a grasp on the timing for this as we go. Ow! Okay, that was really hard to see. And that wasn't magical, those are knives! I feel a little cheated. Anybody who's played Dark Souls 3 may recognize Gwendolyn's appearance, although I rested at a different bonfire. You are cheating me there. I only lit that bonfire. I didn't rest there. I have failed. Okay. Hello there. Yes, I will give you a little bit of attention, but I'm playing a game right now. I have a schnauzer that is hanging out at the moment, looking to get more attention. Okay, I think I can take that fall, and that should be fine. Let's see if that's the case. That doesn't look fine. Okay, so I have to go a long way around then, don't I? How do I actually get back there alive? This is problematic. Maybe I can do something to recall that. Ugh. I have set myself up for a bad time. So those who have played Dark Souls 3 may recognize Gwendolyn from Aldrich. And Aldrich the Devourer, when you come to fight them in Dark Souls 3, is actually in the process of kind of consuming Gwendolyn. Okay, so looking at this, I think I'm gonna have to get, like, back over there and then press something? Or maybe I can actually warp to that bonfire and I'm just being a loon. Let me check real quick. That is a, this is just saving me an elevator trip, and I can buy more later. This is a Covenant bonfire. I may be able to warp there. I cannot light this bonfire or warp from it? Okay, I'm gonna go to the bonfire that is at the, at the Duke's Archives and use that to warp. All of the giant soldiers that were here are gone anyway because we've converted it to Dark Anor Londo. The mimics are still hanging out. You can't get them to leave. Spooky. It's actually really hard to see some of the terrain with the darkness. So I did wait a good long while before triggering the darkness in Anor Londo, because I knew I was going to lose that Firekeeper and that bonfire and have to run to other places and things like that. And it was going to make it really annoying to come to the Duke's Archives. That's why I took that out first, before I went back and did all this stuff. Okay, let's see. Can we just warp to the Darkmoon Tomb? There we go. That's the one. This time we will rest at the bonfire. There we go. And now we're going to try for this fight. So I'm really hoping this boss does not have a ton of health, because it might be maddening to run down this hallway avoiding this immediate death attack. We're not going to keep watching your cutscene. I'm sure it's pretty. That's the warp. Okay, he's doing like soul masses. They home in a little bit. See, that is those are spells. That goes through the column. Okay. That is a mean bait and switch. I mean, come on. Where's the knife attack? I'm never going to be able to learn the timing like this. You're kidding me. I specifically rested at that bonfire. Why is it taking me back here? So it refuses to respawn me at Darkmoon Tomb. Okay. Huh. Or is it just that it automatically sends you to Anor Londo if you get killed by Gwendolyn? That would be really awful. This is a really, really unpleasant run. Because all the damage from this character is magic, I could maybe think about switching up my armor for more magic defense. Somewhere in the game, there's also a spell stoneplate ring. I'm not sure where that's at. I think I might have to buy that from a character. So I might take a trip back to Firelink in order to check the shopkeep's there and see if one of them has the spell stoneplate ring, which might help me out with my defenses against this boss. I mean, he's pretty much going to two-shot me with magic, like, it's just the way it's going to be. What I want to check mostly is if I can warp somewhere and rest there, then warp to the Dark Moon Tomb. If I go to fight them after that warp, will it put me back in Anor Londo when I die? Because if I have to do that run every single time, I might do something else just so that I can feel momentary satisfaction and then come back to this task.
Hello, I regret me, but at least we you're clear.
Sure,
Splendid.
teach me about sorcery, theoretically. So... No, he's only got the sorcery-oriented items. Yeah, I didn't think he had that. Let's see. And our other fellow Petrus is still here. He only sells miracles. It's not super worth our time. Okay, so from here, if I warp to the Dark Moon Tomb... Now let's see. If I do want to switch up my armor... So we've got 38 magic resist on the gold-hemmed black cloak, which is actually our best option right now, unless we were to upgrade some other stuff. The black manchette here is slightly better. It is heavier, notably. The Painting Guardian gloves is actually a big increase. Painting Guardian robe is a little weaker than the gold-hemmed black cloak. And the Painting Guardian hood is a huge boost over the Mask of the Child. So we're going to use mostly Painting Guardian gear, it looks like, to give ourselves a bit more insulation. And I think Painting Guardian gear is upgradable by ordinary Titanite, which we could sink into this if we find that this fight is just odious and we need to make it happen at any costs. Very possible that will be the case. I did not... Okay, so I need to roll that. Just running's not good enough. So will this put me at Firelink? Okay, those are arrows, not knives. Okay, I think it's safe to say it's going to put me here every single time I die, and I can never light this bonfire. I have screwed myself over by killing that character. Oh boy. Because I'm never going to be able to walk back there. I'm always going to have to run to an active bonfire. Oh man. That's super tedious. Okay, I'm going to take this moment to work on something else for a bit. And we will come back to working at this. So I made a big mistake in my last sitting by killing off that character. I had thought I could get away with it because I was just going to use the fireplace that is right in front of the boss. But if that boss specifically doesn't respawn you at that fireplace, that's a giant pain in the neck. So I can upgrade the Painting Guardian set. I don't think there's any amount of upgrades that will actually allow me to survive that homing soul attack. So we're just going to cope with that stuff, but we'll cope with it later. For now, I'm going to go on over to the Daughter of Chaos and work on Izalith content for a bit. And we'll come back to the Dark Moon Tomb later. Alright, so I was under the impression that this spot opened up and that was the secret that I was kind of looking for. But I think that's actually wrong, and I actually have enough progress in the Chaos Servant Covenant to open the door I was looking to get opened anyway. But I think that door is like down over here. And then like back past some stuff. I actually have to go back to the point where I was fighting one of those, where I was fighting the Demon Fire Sage, more or less. It should be over here. Here we go. We've got these little bugs here. They are sunlight maggots. And now we can open this door because we are at +2 in the Chaos Servant and Covenant. One of these guys is not like the others. There it is. So the Sunlight Maggot is actually a hat that glows, which is very helpful to us in navigating certain specific areas. Just to see what it looks like. It's defensively pretty bad. It has some decent fire resistance. We're not going to wear it all the time. And now it puts us in this section of Lost Izalith, which can be a bit of an easier run, but we do have to tangle with this Titanite Demon. So this will be the first Titanite Demon we've actually tried to fight in this SL1 run, because there's not much point in fighting them, generally speaking. Partially because, well, mostly because they can do that when you take your eyes off them for like half a second. It's a very strong endgame type of enemy. So let's see. And this put us over in the Duke's Archives. We're in the Duke's Archives now. Alright. Because I didn't actually rest when I was hanging out in the, at the Daughter of Chaos. Let's see. I'm a little less locked to that now. Let's head down to the depths. No, it's the catacombs is where I wanted to go. Because this is the sewer depths, isn't it? Yeah, that's the depths in the sewers. I didn't know that was warpable. We're going to the catacombs. So I can now progress into the Giant's Den. Oh, it actually puts you right at the blacksmith. That's kind of cool. Although we're not going to work with him right now. The misfortune of being put over here is we're going to come face to face with a crapload of bone wheel skeletons that I would love to try to avoid. I am already dead, probably. That one will kill me. Yeah, I gotta take this slow. So it won't let me warp straight to Pinwheel. I have to go to the catacombs. And then I can use the bonfire at Pinwheel. The other option for a non-magical light source that you can get in this game is an item that's held in the offhand, which would be incompatible with our holding this giant blacksmith's hammer. It's still not a bad option, by any means. Oh my goodness, I killed 2 of them on the backswing. That was incredibly lucky. All right. There should only be one bone wheel left. I can get a lot of distance on him. I'm zigging and zagging and hugging walls to make sure he doesn't have, like, a chance to actually get me there. And now he can't reach me at all. I thought there was actually a bonfire in that room after completing the fight, but I guess I was wrong on that. Okay, and... oh, there's no bonfire here either. I thought there was one, like, right up around here. Anyways, this is the Giant's tomb. It is a very unpleasant place, full of very unpleasant enemies. There are a few secret paths and things like that. Yeah, don't fall off there. It's bad for your health. Something's shooting at me. There are a few items hanging out, but most of these glowing objects are not items. They're just kind of signal markers. With our limited stamina, we have to be very cautious of these individual fights. Hey there.
Good day. You look reasonably sane. What are you doing in the catacombs?
The first appearance of Trusty Patches.
No? There's a fine stack. I found it first. But in any case...
Yeah, if you actually step over there, he will kick you down into a hole. And I'm not in the mood to deal with that right now. These dog skeletons can be very difficult to deal with. They have some dog-like attacks. Down in that hole is also the conclusion of the quest regarding some of those characters we ran into earlier. Let's see. But I'm not really looking to get that done. I believe there's some kind of miracle or reward for getting that done. The arrow got me before I could roll. Okay. So there's really, like, no bonfire on this little route. Shoot. It's going to be a difficult run if we have to deal with the bone wheel skeletons every single time. It's half the time we try this, we're just going to get killed by bone wheel skeletons. I got one on the backswing again. No. I thought he was locked in, but he was still able to correct his roll. The real answer to these things is, like, if you block them, they do very they do very little damage when you can block. They're kind of a nightmare when you're playing, you know, fun builds. Where did you come from? Alright, one left. See how he, like, slides left along that wall? Disgusting. The bone wheels that are down here do less damage than the ones in the painted world. The ones in the painted world, you may have noticed, messed us up super fast. Alright. Through that little arena. Moving on here. Okay. You may hear a little bit of borking in the background. Pay it no mind. When I start remembering where to go, I can attack these guys a bit more preemptively. Offense is the best defense in Dark Souls. I can loosely see one of them down there. I might be able to just drop to that point and fight him. A little close for comfort there. There's a ladder here. If I could find that arch... Aha! Bonfire. There we go. I think this is the bonfire that's closest to Gravelord Nito, the next boss, in this general vicinity. Need bright spot. Despair. Also, Izalith is visible from this location. Both of them are kind of the bottom of the world, and there's a nice bit of consistency with that. Might as well get kicked by patches at least one of these times. There are some items down here that we can grab.
This is what I do, my friend. The trinkets I'll be stripping off your corpse, that's the real treasure.
I don't recall if Patches is in Dark Souls 2. There's the Skull Lantern. The Skull Lantern is that flippin' far in to the area where you need the Skull Lantern. Over here we have a nice little lass that he kicked down here.
Be careful. They were once. Who would let such strong heavens?
Right, and she's got some buds down here. If you think you can actually block my attack strings, you are gravely mistaken. That'll do for the AI. Now we can have a chat with her.
It pains me to think I am certain that thank you here.
Yeah, you can get access
I
to...
am certain
that's a
that
heal
both
over
links are
time
equally
miracle.
grateful to you. Thank you.
So that's just a slight little extra thing you can get. If you respawn and go talk to Patches again, he can kind of say like, well, sorry I kicked you off a cliff. And, I mean, you can choose to just kill him if you want. Ow. I definitely need to remember how to fight these things. Because they don't really stagger, and there's a couple of these on the way to Gravelord Nito that I'm going to need to be able to deal with. I think there might... Ooh, I think this is an illusory wall. Yeah. I think there might be one more bonfire before Nito. I don't remember. This is interesting. Just climb down here. I'm not going to deal with whatever's shooting at me. There's a lot of dudes down there, aren't there? At least a couple. Some items, too. Nice. I wasn't sure if I could make that jump. Glad to see that I can. Although now I have activated all of the baddies down there. This little zone is like a replication of Pinwheel's little boss arena. Yeah, it's just a big old gauntlet down there. They are all hanging out in one spot. You know, I'm just going to run over here and grab this one item and call that a kamikaze thing. It's an ember! Thankfully I don't need it. I don't know what ember that is. I know that's not the ember that is required to get plus 15 weapons. I've got the divine ember and the dark ember. I don't remember. Hey, Patches.
Oh, you. Well, I did you wrong, but these, you know what I mean. You and me, we're. Oh, Brick died of. But
I believe after this he goes back to Firelink and you can actually use him as a merchant, which is kind of how Patches just works in subsequent games as well. It's actually an interaction in Dark Souls 3 where Patches will save another character from possibly dying. And that kind of happens off-screen based on how you've interacted with the two of them. I thought I might have been dead there. That arrow coming in. I probably won't live for long. Let's just run on down here and see what happens. Let's see, we get a shield over here, I guess? Oh, that's what they meant by shield ahead. I think he's protecting like an important... I think he's protecting a useful item, but I don't remember what it is. Yeah, the Tomb of Giants is kind of universally reviled for reasons that you probably understand, having watched a bit of this. It's difficult to navigate and understand. It's full of like a lot of aggressive enemies. Where does this lead? Is this the way I got down? Oh no, that's how I got through the illusory wall and showed up over here. So the guy who's shooting arrows is like above this? Is there any chance I can get at him? Not a way that I see. Alright, I'm going to climb down here again because I am curious about what that ember is. And I'm just going to go run and grab the ember and die. It's the large divine ember for upgrading, for maximizing divine weapons. Okay, I forgot you needed a large one to make them greater than plus 10 divine, greater than plus 5 divine. That would be important if we were going to try to use a divine weapon to fight Gravelord Nito, which is not a bad idea. I have thought in the past that it might be necessary to do that because Gravelord Nito has these endless skeleton adds. Okay, these guys will not stagger on the first hit I clock in there. So I'm pretty much going to have to hit and fade on them. I think he just jumped off to his doom, which I very much appreciate. That is where the big guy is. We're going to not deal with him this time through. You are kind enough to stagger, so you get to die. That's what you get for being kind, I suppose. Alright, over here, imminent bonfire. Bonfire ahead. I like bonfires. Oh look, somebody's wearing a very, very similar outfit. rest here. The Sunlight Maggot is certainly a very useful tool to have in this area. So I think most people coming through here are probably going to have that equipped, if they know where to find it. White Titanite chunks are for upgrading divine weapons to a very high level. Yeah, we're just going to not deal with the rest of that right now. This is a bit of a dead end. If you could just randomly fall off the cliff, that'd be super great. He had some other plans, though. So we need to not take that right turn. But we found the next bonfire, so we're pretty good. So we're heading down here, and then we're going to turn left into something that is not a dead end. Oh, no, never mind. It was the wrong left. Okay, it's the start of their, like, triple attack is actually more damaging than their other stuff, because that hit me for more than half my health. It can go from one attack into another really quickly. And they've got those sweeping attacks. Okay, so we're heading down here.